Hey, doubting believers, I am probably preaching to the choir here, but I'm going to say it anyway. With all of this anti-trans legislation happening in my home state of Arkansas, which you might have seen on the national news, yay, and in many other states, let's call it what it is. It is hate legislation, and it is doing violence to some of our most vulnerable citizens. Trans youth have an extremely high suicide rate, and even a higher rate of young people who say they have considered taking their own life. And so what are we going to do? What are our legislators doing? They are attempting to make life harder for this already vulnerable population. And they are doing it based on lies and pandering to a homophobic base. All of these legislators who talk about protecting women and children, I call BS, because many of them are people who voted against the Domestic Violence Protection Act. They are people who have defunded public schools. They are people who have voted against funding for programs for the poorest children among us. And of course, they are people who have told women, no, you cannot have control over your own body. So protecting women and children, yeah, that's not going to fly. The other one is fairness, which is also falling under protecting these poor girls who play sports. They should not have to compete against other students who were assigned as male at birth. That's just not fair. Never mind that most high school and college athletic associations say this is not really an issue. They are creating a solution to a problem that's not there. Again, this is not a problem for anyone else, but it is creating a problem for vulnerable children. And I don't know if you know trans people. If you do, and maybe I'm being, I don't know, maybe I'm making a sweeping generalization because all of the trans people I know are lovely. I'm sure there are some mean-spirited ones out there, but for me, the people I know and love who are trans are really lovely people, not dangerous at all. And if you don't know any trans people, and maybe you don't understand it, that's okay. What you do understand is that they are vulnerable people who need our love and support if they are going to survive. And if that is not a Christian value, then I don't know what is. So call your legislators. Tell them this is not okay. And in your own life, use correct pronouns for people. Y'all, that can literally save someone's life. And I'm not being hyperbolic. Using the pronouns that people ask you to use affirms who they are, and it can make a huge difference. Call them by the name they have asked to be called. How freaking hard is that? How many of you have nicknames? Be decent human beings. You know, there's that saying, when people tell you who they are, or when people show you who they are, believe them. Let's do that with trans people. Let's do that with our trans youth. When people tell you and show us, people tell us and show us who they are, let's believe them and embrace them and support them. This is about not only being decent human beings, but about saving lives. So, support your trans community. It is important. Lives literally depend on it.